Hi guys, Lone Gamer UK back here for some more SuperPower 2 Part 5. Right, well today we're going to invade Argentina. In fact, it's already started. If you watched my last video, I apologise for the last half an hour of frantically clicking, and a couple things just to mention. So this is a very old game. I'm running it in 1080p. It wasn't designed for that, so often when you click things, you'll see later on, it's difficult to accurately click on what you want to click on. However, I did work out why I was struggling to invade Argentina from the Falklands, and that is to do with you have to defeat, first of all, from what I understand, you have to defeat the naval forces off the coast of a country first, which I've done or now done. After that, you need to use either an aircraft carrier or one destroyer, or obviously many more than that, and bombard with your navy the land. Once you see explosions going on the land from it being bombarded from your aircraft carrier or destroyers, why frigates can't do it and it has to be destroyers and stuff, I don't know, but destroyers, aircraft carriers, either or both. Then when you get flashes on the land showing bombardment, you should then be able to move your forces to the land, although you do need naval forces near the coast of the land that you're invading. So yeah, so you've got to beat the naval forces, you've got to bombard the land, you've got to have naval forces close to the shores, and then the left click and movements are pretty inaccurate. So there's all of that. I've been struggling with trying to occupy territory, and we might still run into some problems with that, because when you have a force of, let's say, 20,000 in occupy territory, it sends literally one soldier to each territory to occupy it, which is fine if there's no enemy around, but if there's enemy around, then you end up losing all that territory again, because people attack your one soldier, and of course he dies. So I've also, in the last video, seemed to have gone to war with China, which was a mistake. I also went to war with Chile, which was a mistake, probably because I clicked on places on the map and attacked or tried to do something I shouldn't, although pretty much most of South America aren't going to like me very much for invading and trying to take over Argentina. So we might have to fight Brazil and Chile and those countries as well. But we start the game back a little bit previous to where we left off, where I had my forces on the Falklands. So you can see that I've actually moved some land forces onto the coast of Argentina. And we're frozen time, so we're in this battle here. I've got quite a lot of forces, naval forces here. We just need to kill these patrol craft, which we'll do very shortly. Then what I need to do is bombard the next bit of land here and move my forces up. Now, a couple of things. I did go occupy territory, and it rushed all my forces to the capital, and then all these forces came down south and what have you, but then they ended up having a battle. So I still don't know if occupy territory is the right thing to do, but it seems to me that you want to probably only occupy the territory once you've defeated most of the forces, and you need to be very careful about what map you're on and stuff, because if I stray off into other countries, I'm going to be fighting a lot more than I planned. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish this battle. We're going to move up and engage some of the Argentinians and basically try and destroy all of their military strength. I'm then going to move, while we're attacking these guys, I'm going to move them down into Argentina, which I can do once I Move some of these around. Let's have a look. So yeah, so that's the plan, and that's how I should get around the problems I was having yesterday. Hi Mark. Yeah, I don't know if you caught the start of the video, but basically it's a bit different. If you've got land forces and you're invading another land country, as long as you've either got permission to move your troops through that or you own it, you can move forces from land to land. Excuse me, sorry, sneeze. Bit of hay fever. But if you're invading via the sea, you've got to use a CV or a destroyer. You've actually got to bombard the land before. Dear me, another sneeze, sorry about that. You have to bombard the land before you can move troops to it, and all this left clicking is a bit of a pain in the ass anyway, but we're there. So in this save, at the moment I haven't screwed up and gone to war with China. I played on a little bit what I was doing yesterday, and literally nearly 60% of countries around the world were all at war with me, all doing espionage. Talking of espionage, I need to just make sure my covert actions are... Yep. Oh, I can do a new cell. For some reason I can't get the confirm button up. Oh, I need to give it a cell name, that's why. FGHI, I imagine. So I'll create an elite unit going to Argentina. We'll see if that. I'm also going to create J, and I'm going to put them in the United Kingdom. We'll just do veteran. Oh, did I not? Oh, I think I did do those as elite. Because you get a lot of countries, now that I've attacked Argentina, I get a lot of countries trying to undermine, assassinate, cause terrorism, what have you. So we're in this battle here. We've got 5 patrol craft. I'm going to wind on time here. Let's destroy these guys. I'm on Argentina. Argentina got 50,000 troops. These are not a problem. In fact, the troops I've already got are probably enough to kill everything in Argentina. But I've got another 20,000 troops on the way, because I think I might end up getting into war with Chile and Brazil, either by mistake or because they just decide to. So I will move some more forces down. These battles seem to take long. I mean, it's like I got 4 subs, 10 frigates, 7 submarines, 3 aircraft carriers. Sorry, an aircraft carrier. You get 3 aircraft carriers, and it takes ages to kill 4 patrol vessels. I'll go full assault because we're feeling confident here against these patrol craft. By the way, Mark, if you haven't already, if you create a Twitch account, I'm on Twitch as well, but I believe your chat and donations and all that sort of stuff, if you're chatting on Twitch, I did have some people on Twitch watching some of my videos, but I haven't had anybody for a few days. Your chat comes up on the screen, I believe, but you can test that and try it out when you can, but just need to register an account on Twitch. We're probably moving over to Twitch with Jive stuff anyway soon enough, but yeah, it's just an email address. Use whatever name you want, or same name on Twitch. You can test some of that out for me if you want. Oh, I've got a message here. What's that? Yeah, so look, I've got all these failed espionage attacks. Target of a failed. So Ecuador and Gambia, they're all trying to have a go at me because I'm invading Argentina. Which, you know, not surprised about. But I've stopped all of them. So I've bumped up these covert actions. Now this combat system kind of sucks in this game, really. Not this bit. I mean, just movement and trying to get onto the target. So we'll still see how he goes. At least I've been able to get my forces where I need them and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that's that navy defeated. Now I needed all the navy defeated to help. What I can do now, I can click this bit of land here and I can go bombard region. So my aircraft carriers and destroyers will, often it's just one part of the map it'll bombard from, but in some regions it splits them into two, so they're going to do their thing. I'll just zoom on a bit. Then you see these little animations of explosions on the land. That means the bombardment started. They don't come up that often, every now and again. And then what you can do is then move your troops. That's a bit funny because I've taken this territory, I've defeated it, but it's still showing it as part of Argentina land. And I need to stay on the Argentinian map so I don't do countries I don't want to invade. If I click back to here, let's say, and go to political relations, I mean it's all red and it's very easy to click on the wrong country because pretty much the whole of South America hate me because I'm invading Argentina. China hate me anyway. What I will do, let's just pause this one, I'll do a few of these things and we'll read those messages in a minute. And we'll bring this box up. Probably have that there. No, maybe not. So a couple of things, bring up the war list. So if it all goes a bit Pete Tong, so Bolivia have declared war on me regardless, so I will have to fight the Bolivians. But if Butch Cassidy did it, Sundance Kid, then I could. It says I gained control of a region that I moved my troops into, Santa Cruz. These all fail, so I'm going to delete all these. But rather than be on the UK settings, I will just click on Argentina so I can see the division between the countries better. Now Bolivia, let me just check. I think Bolivia, yeah, so Bolivia is this bit here, so I'm at war with these guys as well. But we'll sort that out. So any of these red things. Now it looks like all these guys are going to move down to engage me. Now I've had some problems trying to engage troops, so I think sometimes the best thing is once you're in their territories you just sit there and they'll come to you. So I'll just wind that on a little bit. I think I have got some nukes down here. Yeah, if I needed them. I'm sure that will probably put me at war with everybody. So, you know, it's kind of weird. It's like I've got this land, but it's not showing as my land, and there's nothing there to fight. I do occupy territory, which I might do. You'll see in a minute. It kind of does a weird thing. But while that's going on, I've got that bit of land. I should be able to move these guys. So there's another 21,000 troops, navy here. So I'm going to try and move these guys. And it's a bit weird where you click. So good. So they're on their way. It'll take a little while to get down here. You actually don't need transport ships, Mark. As long as you're meeting these conditions of having their navy destroyed and your navy near the shore, effectively your troops just fly over like on jetpacks or whatever. You don't load or unload troops. No, there's no... I've not seen any option to load. I mean, this strategic warfare thing is just nukes. Available missiles 60. So that's the strategic thing, and then if you, I mean, to be honest, if I've got a single Trafalgar class and I attack something on land, I haven't tried doing that. Just pause the game while I'm discussing that. There is that's missile defense. When you go to design, there's not mobile launchers, mobile launcher rockets. There's just ballistic missiles. No, I don't have any ballistic missiles, I don't think, because they're all on range and stuff, but these are all nukes. So no, I don't think they're in the game. I've read on some of the forums that there are some mods for this game that make it more modern, but then I think some of them aren't for the Steam edition. It's a pretty old game. I mean, it's on sale now at £2.75. I'm gutted because I only paid £9 for it, you know, but it's like 75% off 3 days after I bought it, so I'm a bit bummed about that. But I just wanted to play it again, take over some countries. I'm going to be looking to maybe get Real Politics and other similar games. The thing is, they've all got so many bugs. I just wish I could design again, because it's like this game has so many good things about it. I mean, if they modernised the graphics a bit, if they got rid of the bugs, if they you know, and then other games have, you know, much better graphics and interesting things, but the gameplay's rubbish, and you know, they don't have sort of nukes and things. So there's not, in my view, there's not. I mean, there's all these kind of games. I mean, DEFCON's rather arcadey. So is the new game that's come out. You know, if you want something that's not arcadey, that's a bit strategic, that's global, it's you know, and then you got the real-time simulation stuff and everything, which I often find, like, you know, the wargaming RTSs and things. I mean, I've played them all; they're all good games in their own right, but all that real-time stuff becomes a bit of a click fest, you know, and things happen and you're clicking like mad, and it's not really the kind of strategy games I like the best. So I still think there's a bit of a gap in the market for a really good quality game that's sort of more based like this one, but improved. But so if I get a situation where I get a Trafalgar on its own, I'll see if I can engage something on land, see if it will just attack it. I have a feeling it won't. Right, so I'm just going to let this wind on a bit. Now these lines, I think these reds are all going to move down and engage me in due course anyway. Now I thought you just go occupy territory when you're there, but occupy territory will either move like one soldier to every territory, or when I did it once it just moved all my forces to the capital. And it didn't kind of work out, so I'm gonna wait for them to attack me. But basically I think I've got to just destroy all the forces of Argentina, and in this case Bolivia, because they've gone to war with me, before I can... Here they come. Going to attack me, so pretty much everything in the country, not Bolivia's, has come down to fight me, which I'm fine with. Bear with me a sec, I'm just going to pause this because absolutely chucking it down with rain, and I think I've left the back door open. I'll be right back in 20 seconds. I'm back. Okay, so I'm going to keep this war list open and keep an eye. These guys are going to attack me. Trying to click on all these individually, engage them, is a right pain in the arse. So I've got my other troops on their way. They're just passing Spain. They're going to take a while to get down here. So now this battle has started, and they're adding more troops. So we can see they've got 5,000 troops, 83 infantry. These are going to probably go up in a minute because, yeah, here we go. So these other things. So we got 250 tanks, 15 planes, 52,000 troops now. So the battle is on, but we've got some really good... We've got 133 aircraft. They last ages. Good air defence. Got a lot of infantry vehicles. Okay, our troops aren't a lot, but you start seeing these artillery that we've got. These numbers are going to go down pretty quick. So... I'm going to do air supremacy first, I think. See if we... I think all this does is tell them what to focus on first. So see if we can get these helicopters and attack craft down. That's because Theresa May has staff to close her back doors. Thing is, when these attacks go on, a lot of things happen. I mean, you get a lot of these espionage stuff. speed this up a touch. Doesn't seem anything particularly seems to be happening very much here. There's my other troops. There we go. That's those planes taken out. Okay, so all of those planes just got wiped out. So it's not going to take us long to take out these helicopters. Attack helicopters gone, so we'll take out these transport helicopters now. Artillery shelling the tanks. 12 5.52 is pretty much what we started with, so we will take some casualties. The tanks are taking a hammering. Basically, I think this is technically known as kicking their butt. I think we started off with about 130 aircraft, 125 in the battle. We just lost 3 more aircraft there, so we are losing some aircraft. They have got quite a bit of air defence there. I'm going to go to full assault. So tanks are gone, which is good. Infantry's now, vehicles are taking a hammering. So their artillery guns, the numbers are going down to 117 planes. These are doing a lot of damage as well as this artillery. It's like the troops aren't engaged at the moment. Could just switch those to defensive. Time being, protect our troops, and we'll let the so now everything will be focused on their troops. I'll slow that down a sec. Somebody else just moved down. We've got more troops moving down, so my second battle here is my other men engaged in another battle. We'll focus on this one first. This should finish soon. China's done a ceasefire with Yemen. Luckily we're still only at war with Argentina. We keep seeming to be messing that up in some practices, so they're absolutely losing tons of troops. They had 52,000, they're pretty much half that now. It's a slaughter. We have lost some transport helicopters. We started off with a lot more than that. We lost about 10 aircraft or more. Kind of thinking we shouldn't be losing helicopters and planes now, just fighting troops. My troops are pretty much staying out of it at the moment. Here we go, victory's coming up. Take out the last infantry. There we go. So we didn't lose a single man. They lost 54,056 men. I mean, you haven't seen battles like that since the First World War. We lost 8 ground vehicles and we took out 1,834. We lost 67 aircraft, including the helicopters and planes, quite a lot, high casualties there. But we started off with air supremacy, so that's, and they did have planes, attack planes. Pause that set. And no navy. So there you go. Be a picture of that battle. That's a one for the record books. 54,000 casualties. Dear me. They should just give up now. So this one looks like they got 50 artillery, 4,500 troops. Now this has got Bolivian troops from helicopters. I'm going to go for air supremacy again. Use my Sea Harriers, attack helicopters. Apaches. So it doesn't actually tell you what the breakup is here, but you can see this has got some Bolivian forces in it. I think when I did the air supremacy, it sort of defaulted putting the troops and the tanks on defensive while the rest are on attack. So if I do full assault, there will be attack and what have you. But I think with what we've got, you've got 163 fighters and 104 attack aircraft. We don't really need them in this fight. Right, so I need to start the battle. Oops. Now I've got a lot more troops coming down. These are all the Bolivian troops. I think they're all entering this same battle, so yeah, we'll start seeing these numbers rise. Let's keep it back on air supremacy for the time being. Yep, here we go. So we got more. Target failed attempt by Pakistan. Really, Pakistan? Now there's 2 troop numbers here. I'm just guessing here because you've got Argentina, then Bolivia, so I think those 4,000 Argentinian troops and those are Bolivians. Or the other way round, but that's probably what those numbers mean, why they're listed twice. Mine are the same because 12 fighter aircraft, so we're going to deal with those quite easily. We're losing a few planes though. Haven't got my air defence in this battle, they're in the other force. Okay, if there's no more I'm going to do a ranged attack, try and protect my troops again. We'll see how. Now, 54,000, I don't think they have that anymore. Yeah. They've only got 7,200 troops left. So, pretty much wiped them out. So, once we beat the Bolivian forces, I think we can then occupy territory safely. Unless they've managed to I'm still not quite sure how to completely take over the country, how that quite works. Because I think in some cases they can still build and deploy some forces if you haven't conquered everything. So I'm not sure if everything's in this battle. We've got some naval forces here. I can deal with those. We have got something over here, 38 ground. Possibly more, they're question marks, but this is pretty much the main big last battle, unless we've got some other troops. Maybe they could pay another country to attack me. Most countries don't like Argentina anyway, so we've got most of the friends of these South American countries. I'm sure this ranged attack's working very well. Let's go to full assault. You see these dots here, this is sort of the battlefield, so got things at the back which are probably the planes. Shows you forces getting within range. Might lose a fair bit of troops here because of these tanks and men, but we'll... See, I've got some more troops coming down. Another little battle here. Oh, there's a sea battle going on. Okay, that's a patrol craft. I'm not worried about that. He just attacked automatically. Actually, I realise the sound might not be very good on this because I haven't got my headsets plugged in. So if you're there, Mark, that should be a lot better sound because I'm not had the microphone listening to my own game sound. Apologies for that. We have taken some casualties, but we're taking out these tanks quite nicely. I'll start with 100 down to 40. They'll soon be gone. I'm not quite sure how the troop fights will go, so I don't have all that artillery that I had in the other battle. Yeah, sorry about that sound. I don't know why. I'm often plugging, when I'm stop playing and doing this stuff myself, I won't have my headsets on anymore. Because otherwise it just messes it up. Which has buggered up the first half of my video, but there we go. So yeah, so those tanks, those infantry vehicles are gone. So we're gonna, here we go, so we've got the infantry involved now, they are taking casualties. And these artillery need to take out because they're going to damage my troops quite a bit. Okay, air defence taken care of. Okay, artillery now taken out. So now everything on the infantry. In Argentina, their troops numbers have gone up, so they must have built some more, but 9,400, so most of these troops are Bolivian. So that's what I think it is. So that's the Argentinian numbers, and that's the Bolivian. This map stopped working for some reason, but part of the reason there wasn't combat is they have to get near enough, and then this is going to be another massacre like the last one. Right, I'm taking a screenshot of that battle just for the, so we lost 197 troops. They lost 22,255 on top of the 57,000 or something they lost in the last battle. Ground 379 they lost. We lost 36 aircraft. They lost 77. No naval. Now I just saw something else move down there. They still haven't quite given up. This thing's still going on. I believe that's still going on. Full assault. So this is their last bit of troops. Looks like they're building maybe some more. So, okay, the map's working again here. So their troops are this, and mine are back here. So the reason it does nothing for a while is the distance, I think. So we'll just speed that up a bit. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling this black line is either the range, but it needs to get nearer to them. Yeah, I kind of wish I could buy the rights to this game and win the lottery, hire a team, and just improve the hell out of it. Make a new game for 2018 or something based on the basics of this. Okay, so now we're going to start seeing combat with these guys. So there we go. These forces, probably the tanks, are now within range. Like the equivalent of a front line or something like that. Okay, so they're done. Don't know why it's taking so long to kill a few patrol boats. This battle's been going on. This seems to take forever to kill a couple patrol aircraft. I'll speed it up a bit, but I want to be careful about some of these other actions. India wants anarchy and multi-party democracy. I don't know what was going on in this battle, because they lost 2 naval units and I lost 5. What? Oh, sorry, that's the other way around. No, I lost 2 naval units and they lost 5. I lost 2 naval units, maybe helicopters, for the patrol boats. Okay, so by my reckoning, that's Argentina. Let's click on Bolivia. Okay, now those are Bolivian troops, I believe, because what to say whose they are, because I don't want to start a war. No, they're red, so they're definitely Argentinian or Bolivian. So what I'm going to do, start to move my troops up and move my navy up. And these guys don't need to be bombarding anymore. Let's see if just engage or take out this one, whether he attacks me, and then I'll try and do the occupy territory function, which should send essentially 1 troop to every province to capture it. And the last time I tried to do that though, but there were forces still available. It didn't sort of flip the country over to the United Kingdom though, so we'll have to see how that pans out. Ah, okay, he's moving him down anyway. soon before I get to move him. He's going to attack. Okay, so we've got a small engagement here. These are Argentinians. They've managed to come up with another 9,000 troops. You would have think after losing over 50,000 they would have learned their lesson. The map's not working on that one now. Battle of Santa Cruz. I see their military button's gone right down here now. I mean, they do have money, so okay, it's now saying I'm gaining regions. Not sure why. I couldn't done it. Oh, it's because I've moved my. But it looks like they've got more men. They're still building them. And we'll have another 5,000-6,000 by the time this battle finishes. But if they flip to England, these should all go red because I'm like the Falklands is, because I'm on Argentina at the moment. And the capital's there. I'm going to move these guys up towards the capital. They need to be bombarding. So we won that battle. Gain control of 4 regions. They're still building soldiers though. I mean, I've moved into this, so this is their capital. If I take this, they shouldn't be able to build people, but so I'm not quite sure how these mechanics work. So I'm going to move. No. So these guys have got the troops, so if I do click on Argentina, left clicking, nothing, so it's these left. That's the most frustrating thing about these games. Right, so Argentina here, so if I go occupy territory, see, it sends people out from both my. Funnily enough, not down here. It's probably because I already control those, but. And I'm kind of thinking if I've defeated all their forces, although they have got these. They haven't deployed, right, okay, they've. The only thing is these forces that split off are all literally one man, so I can't fight any battles with those. Ooh. Slow that down. So, so that's my main force. These icons could do a lot better. So that one and that one, and everyone else. See, one soldier, one soldier, one soldier. You've been a target, failed sabotage. Okay. Saving. Let's pause that there a sec. I'm just going to put my own save in. LG5. Before it all goes Pete Tong. Okay. Right, delivering. So even Brazil are pretty annoyed that they're trying to. But it says I've gained all these following regions. So to me, that means I've now taken over Argentina, but it still is listed as a hostile country. Battle going on here. So they're going to win this because I've got one troop. And they're probably still building people. I don't know. We'll see. Now I can move to engage these. But then I'll lose this territory. Kind of thinking they'll probably move in and attack my troops rather than me mess around moving on. I'll wait for this battle to be over. It says one and it's got a picture of 3 guys. It's Billy and his imaginary 2 friends, Alan and Dave. The Argentinians are gonna win a battle. Yeah, they need a surrender button. I mean, the mechanics. I mean, after the first battle, they lost like 57,000 troops or something. I mean, and they were being murdered by the thousands each go. You'd think they would just surrender to save their men and troops, but not in this game. That's what I'm saying. I mean, this game's great. I love the geography. I mean, you know, for a 2004 game, you know, the graphics, you know, and the world and stuff, and great. I mean, if they can improve the icons, obviously the forces, have more help buttons and stuff, you know, could name divisions and have name things here. Force A, Force Alpha, Force Bravo, etc. Because often you go, well, where's this, where's that? There's lots and lots of things they can improve, but the base game is so good. There are a few companies who tried to copy this game, which were just a disaster. It just amazes me how many people can either make a sequel or say, oh, that was a good game, we'll make a new one, and just make such a bad version of it. Or mess it up. I mean, for me, it's not rocket science. It's, you know, okay, money, time in it, but almost like people have forgotten how to make good games these days. So this is going to get a bit boring waiting for this battle to end, so I'll speed that up a bit. Just don't want them building forces up again, otherwise they're going to keep hoping that because I've got troops in where their capital is, that oh, they've moved their capital to here. It was there, wasn't it? When I say they moved it. If they 3547, I think they're all in that battle, aren't they? 3547, yes, they're all in this battle. So they haven't made any more yet, but if that goes up, they're making more. I mean, I could split these guys. I could split and leave. Oops. About 466 men there. It's also like, I know they're stacked there, there's two, and if I was designing this game, you know, left clicking would just cycle between, but it's like, how do I get on the main forces that are underneath? What I need to do, it doesn't cycle through them, the stacked units, and there's no. So what I need to do is just move these guys a little bit, and then I'll be able to access the other guys. But if I'm keeping this region, so that's my 466, so if I get these guys and move them to here, then these should engage. So that was, oops. Ooh, we lost. Took them ages to kill Billy. So none of these, I mean, they say they've gone to my control. I've got my forces in them, but they're still showing as Argentina. Even here I've now got troops, overwhelming troops. Okay, I've got this one enemy here, but I still don't know how to flip the country over to me. Kind of hoping when we kill these guys. Don't you want to attack? Come on. Because again here it's just so hard to... I mean that's red, that is going to engage, but it puts it over there. It's a flipping nightmare, these click. What I've read is that because this game was designed in different resolution, that's why, and it's just a bug or whatever it's like. So you know, when you click here, you actually mouse is over here. It's just really difficult to click on things with that granularity because of design bugs. So if they don't build anymore, I mean this is now the state with the capital, so I'm just assuming that if I beat these guys and take this territory, then Argentina should flip over to our control completely. Yeah, I mean I agree my older games, but I mean this game wasn't put, I mean it does have a lot of bugs and a lot of things to improve, but you don't have to drastically change it. But it does have a lot of bugs and a lot of things you'd want to improve in the battle, and you know, being able to, but not rocket science stuff. That moved, it was red, and nothing. It's not actually going into a battle, really. Normally when it shows it's red, it is engaging. I mean that might work now, but even though it was red last time, it didn't start a battle. Now the only good thing is this number hasn't gone up, so it kind of looks like they've stopped. Let's just check my covert actions while we're waiting for... These are coming on board. I could give them much sexier names, but so still didn't engage. And it'd be nice if you could click on this and say attack with nearest unit or something like that. Nope, don't want to put that in the game. Got to piss around. Right, maximum zoom, but maximum zoom doesn't help you out either. Maybe that'll do it, I don't know. I had to put the cursor about an inch to the left there. Sorry, centimetre. Now we haven't looked at our economy for a... well, actually I'll leave it because I'm going to stay on Argentina, but we'll check our economy. Right, finally we get the battle engaged. So I'm not going to mess about, I'm going to do a full assault. And again, this map's not working. I mean, I've got no forces here or here, but I'll do another occupy territory once we kill these guys, just because if... and as you saw with the last one, if there's any bits of territory that aren't occupied, that you don't already occupy, it should send forces there, but why it's not sent forces to here, I don't know, because... yeah. And generally the weak point on this game is, you know, it doesn't give you enough feedback about what's going wrong and what you need to do next. But so if I ever win the lottery, maybe I'll design a game based on this that's just a lot better. Okay, so we're going to engage these guys. The front line's coming up here, so this is probably our infantry vehicles up front. Again, it doesn't tell you what's what, but all the planes. Took them out real easy. Right, now they've actually got no conventional forces. Okay, I'm going to do occupy territory. Gain control of one region, La Pampa. And I need to occupy Bolivia because I'm at war with them, so but I want to get this Argentinian one done. I'll click on Argentina now, like, left click doesn't work and then it will do. It's crazy. Come on. Stuck on United Kingdom now, what's going on? And then you click back. Or maybe it has flipped it all to the United Kingdom. No. Maybe it has. Does it click? It says United Kingdom now. Didn't get any major message. That's Chile. But we're still friendly with Chile. Well, that's Bolivia. So we should be red to Bolivia because we're at war with them. So why is this all green? Unless I already own that as well. No, I don't, because it says... if I click down in Argentina, it does change to the United Kingdom now. So I think that's Argentina done with. What we need to do is move... need to move some forces into Bolivia and occupy that. So I'm going to split some personnel here. Yeah, I think they have surrendered. I'm going to leave a garrison force of about 3,000 men. Okay, I'm going to move them slightly. I was wondering why I couldn't click on Argentina. I mean, I won that battle, but let me just pause it here. We go back through the messages. Where was that battle I had? something with the UK flag. If I missed a message, it might have just been a... So it just said I took over military of La Pampa, which is where that battle was happening. And then I don't have any other messages. Just see if there's any Argentinian ones like they surrendered. Doesn't say. Yeah, Japan's definitely on the cards. Thing is though, this is... So like if I click on Brazil... They hate me. View relations. So if I click on that and that's the UK, I mean this whole continent hates me, so I'm kind of thinking while I've got these forces here I might just try and take on I don't know what even here it's difficult to see what countries are what because it doesn't. Right, I have to click in the C to get Chile to come up. That's Chile, okay. Then I've got Uruguay, and then there's Paraguay. That's Paraguay. So I've got Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia. I've got to just stomp in there. Then you've got Peru. That's Brazil, obviously. Yeah, so Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile, Bolivia, Peru, that's Brazil, and then you've got, what else have we got up here? So we've got Ecuador, Peru, Ecuador, and we've got Colombia, Venezuela. What's this bit up here? Not Brazil. And then we've got a few more. Guyana. I'm clicking the C. Yeah, I mean some of these smaller ones I could maybe do, and then Brazil afterwards, because they all hate me. I mean Japan hate me less. China's a bad mood. China will get my ass kicked. But no major event there. Just well, I mean, on the good point, I'm pleased that it does say it's UK territory now, because I wasn't even sure that was gonna work. So I'm gonna move these guys. I'm gonna check my finances, and then I'm gonna move forces up into Bolivia and occupy their territory. And I don't know what the economy is going to be now that I have all of Argentina and Bolivia soon. It should. $198,000 troops. Such a good military. Went ninth in the world now for soldiers. Started off about 40 something. What's happened? Right, so that's my garrison for a force for Argentina. There's some men. It's not much, but we can't really defend the country with it. But okay, so if now the thing is, what I need to do here is be very careful about where I need to go there. So I've already lost my. So I'm going to move these guys. Need to move to safely in Bolivia. As if thing is, if you click on it, I mean, it just puts you at war with them straight away because you invaded. So now I've got another big military force, which is these ones here, and my ships and navy. So let's get Bolivia done, and then we'll reevaluate. I mean, now that I own this, I mean, I don't know if I need to occupy all these territories with troops now, but now that it says it's part of the UK. Right, now we got a message. We've gained a region because we moved into them. But if I click here now, occupy, now you see here these all went red, so they're attacking me. It looks like Brazil is gone to war with me. Doesn't say so there. Okay. Djibouti has taken military control. It just says the regions, so let's just pause this a sec. So yeah, so I've taken over 9 regions of Bolivia. So now, if I click right. Yeah, I mean it's showing it as all the UK, so it's no longer Bolivia. I can't click there and it says Bolivia, so that's that done. So this is Brazil, and look, they've rallied all their forces. You can see them; they're all attacking. They're all coming to here. I mean, they hate me anyway, but I guess taking over part of their continent's a bit of a problem for them. Yeah, let's track the training. So I'm going to leave this on pause because there's a few things I need to sort out, and I'll probably stop this video before we carry on too much. So we've taken Argentina. We need to check training. We need to check the economy. Did it say that Argentina have? When I started going into Bolivia. So they moved their capital a couple of times, Pando. But then there's no more messages about Brazil doing stuff there. I might have just paused the game. I mean, they're attacking my navy. Now Brazil do have a lot more men and troops, so I think we've still got enough with our 2 main forces. I'm going to have to not get caught out. What they can do is they can start occupying these territories very easily because they've only got 1 soldier in them. So where's my main forces? So if I move him, just need to make sure, because look, this is so easy to go into a different country. If I go back to just geographic, it's probably a little bit easier. But that does look like they're attacking. But if I move these guys to here, hopefully they'll engage them first. And where did I put my... Right, and then these guys here are going to move to here. Now I don't know if I've occupied a region, I lose it again just because I've got no troops there. I don't think so. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it will say I'm at war with Brazil as soon as this engagement happens. Anyway, we'll come back to that in a sec. So what did Mark say? Yeah, we probably need, well, I need to check my economy, see what we can afford. We have this 16,000 men here, but they're the home defence. I am building more troops, so I should have quite a lot to deploy. So have a look at general military now. So we've got 202,000 men. I look at deploy, most of them are not deployed. I'm gonna train them. It's gonna cost me, well, let's before I do that, I'll check the economy. So I've got 151,000 troops not deployed. They'll cost money, so I don't really want to do my Navy Vanguards right now. These I can, I'm gonna put or I could just keep training them. I'm going to train the Queen Elizabeth. I'm going to train that one as well. I'm going to just keep training these. I'll probably do the soldiers. But let's have a look at the economy. I haven't looked at this and I haven't really wound the game on too much. But you know, all these things to do with resources and trade and things. So that was minus, so that is looking healthy. That might drastically change. I mean, I should get a lot more food and agriculture. I mean, that cereals there isn't any higher than it was. So in theory, because I own Argentina and stuff, and now have these, I would have thought these numbers would start to change quite radically. But we haven't really wound on time much from owning Argentina yet, so this figure doesn't look an awful lot. I've got a 2 billion surplus, current surplus, and I've got 4.8 billion saved up. So, but these forces I'm going to train and all this stuff's going to cost a little bit, but then I can pump a little bit into the economy, into infrastructure and tourism and environment are the three things that I need to focus on to help my economy. Let's see if I can get these numbers up and then I can really start. Now my units upkeep was 16 billion and it's now 30 billion, so that's doubled. My corruption's gone up because I did cut my government spending. But if I put tourism, let's say, to 2.5, see, that will go down. Don't look that rich yet. I'm hoping that having a couple more countries is going to help. I mean, the income doesn't seem to have really gone up. We were always about 130, 40, 50. It just again could be because the other countries haven't come online too much yet. Let's just check a few things. So politics, ability. I mean, I could probably do a fair few treaties and stuff. I want to do this missile defense as well, but that's 30 billion. 30 billion. It's billion. 6, 9 zeros. Yeah, I've only got 4 saved up, so I don't want to do that yet. But that's an anti-missile that will help. It protects me against nuclear war and takes been a bit years or something, but I do want to do that. Well, we're okay for men because I've done a lot more men, so we need a few more ships. And I don't think Don't think these have big navies. At 7 Brazilians. I think my navies. I got some broadswords. Probably resold it to them. I mean, I'm not sure with their tanks and stuff. I mean, 3,000. I mean, we might have to combine our forces because I've only got about 30,000 men down here. But, you know, it was quite easy to kill the Argentinian 50, 60,000 with only about 15, 20,000. Won't really know until they all get together, but they're all forming there. So let's have a look. We could build I've had this bug before because I was building stuff. I need to put it on time. I mean, I've got these here. I could move technically quickly, but they're defense fleet. Right. So we've got these troops still being built, and we've got another 50,000 that we've already kind of paid for, I think, but they're on hold. Challenger 2 is 100. I'm going to go ahead and build those. I think I could try and build some. I need destroyers involved. So let's say Manchester's 10 billion. I don't know. Let's say I did 10 Manchesters. 2 billion. I'm going to do 5 Manchesters, 5 Sheffields. Oops, I'll put these low. Destroyers, frigates. I can't remember which was older or new. Leander, that's older. Dukes. Usually you can tell by the cost, 91,000. Broadsword, I think, was President Eloy Alpha. That must be a Brazilian thing that I'll inquire. Trident 47 Leander. I mean, I'm not sure which is newer there, the Duke or the broadswords. Submarines, yeah. They're expensive, but I've doubled my vanguards. I had 4 starting in the game, and I've doubled them to 8, and they cost billions each. So I'm not going to build any more of those. I might do some more attack subs. Let's build 5 broadswords. Maybe 5 dukes. Now see these bombers, I did design them, but I didn't build them. Wow, 2.3 billion each. Holy shit. Really? That's like a nuclear submarine. 1 bomber. It is, it's billion. 2.3 billion for 1 bomber. Joking me. So Trafalgar's. Look, Trafalgar's only 883. I'm going to build 2 of those. I mean, look, that's it. I've spent the 4 billion I've already had, and I've now pushed us into a deficit. I mean, don't forget, I've got the Queen Elizabeth I've got stuff I haven't deployed. So I've got 3 Vanguards training that I haven't deployed in the Queen Elizabeth. So I think I'll have to leave the bombers until I'm a lot more richer. And I don't really need them, I don't think, but geez, how can they be so expensive? I mean, I did whack up their stats a fair bit, but you know, if I wanted, let's say, 10 bombers, I'm going to have to spend 23.2 billion. Must, I mean, 2 billion per. I mean, that's like a B2 bomber, and I didn't design the B2 bomber. I designed this thing, like a B-52. In fact, I mean, I think when I did it, I mean, I put all that up. It did say how much it was, so I just probably didn't look. But if I go to bomber, so new design. There was that stealth version of the bomber. Have a look. But I didn't choose because I thought, well, I can't afford those. I mean, that's like the B1s, B2s. I mean, they all start at the same unit cost. It's what you so. I guess they're just the design. You know, if I whack all these up, you know, they're all going to be like that's 2. You know, if I max it. If I max everything there, don't know if it costs me money to design these. It doesn't. Should change the colour. It's all a bit buggy. Look, they change. Doesn't seem to want to change colour. Stealth. As I'm thinking, if it doesn't cost me any money to design it, I'll B1. Oh, they're called the B2s, aren't they? Yeah, B2s, because the other ones were the B1s. B1 UK, let's say. I'm frightened doing this, and it's just gonna. Surely it is gonna spend money. No, it doesn't seem to. I've adjusted that, so I guess it just costs money when I build them. Okay. So I think I'll Eurofighters, please. Eurofighters. Got a load of Eurofighters, I'm sure. I suppose we lost her. Have a look. Where is it? These vice admirals and air chief marshals just want me to spend money. No pleasing. Right. Where am I going? Planes. Fighter aircraft. I've got 116 Eurofighters. No. 215 Eurofighters. I mean, how many more do you want, Mark? I mean, 215 not enough? I'm sure that's about 6 times the number that we have in real life right now. And it is the most of it, you know, we've only got 47 Tornado F3, actually they're both F3, so 77 Tornado F3s, and the rest are all Eurofighters. You can never have enough. Right, 215. I'm going to build 85. Take us to around 200. You can have as many as you like, Sir Chief Air Marshal Holt. You just have to pay for them yourself. Fighter aircraft, Eurofighters. Okay, 85. Fat planes are quite cheap compared to everything else. How are we going to rule the world? Good argument, sir. Okay, we've got some Eurofighters in there. What I do want to do, and this is gonna for this, I'm gonna have to get America for the third time to assume our debt. What did I want to do? Lost control of one region, Buenos Aires. See, we haven't been watching what's going on down here. Oh no! Look at all these battles. Look, man, since I've been building your stuff, it's all been kicking off down here. So we must be at war with Brazil now. I mean, they've attacked us. I see, it doesn't say we are. That's crazy. I'll come back to this. We're going to lose all these regions, and they've got 50,000 men in that fight. Not so much there. Well, 37,000. Small amount there. Yeah, you can't really fight these individual battles. I think just generally you have to move your mass troops, fight the big battles, kill everything, and then once you've defeated the enemy, then take the territory. Right, I need to move. Where's my... Oh, I moved them, didn't I? Right, that's like the Falklands force. I left 3,000 odd. Right, I'm going to get them. I'm going to get these guys merge with. Back here. Move those. That's my Falklands force. Oh shit. No, that's my Falklands force. Oh crap, I'm merging with the wrong people. Cancel it now, please. Move. No, no, I don't want to invade that country. No. I'm not clicking anywhere like that. Jeez. Is that already started a war? I understand why the war was always real-time updating before. I need to move these guys. Merge with here. Which is not going to do it. Gives me the command. I'll probably have to let them move. Where's my main? Right, that's my main force. Just skips all these guys. And the way the mechanics of this works, rather than having two main forces, I think it's probably better just to have one group of, because eventually you just end up in these battles and numbers count, so I probably should merge all of these into one. fighting force, and you just go around kicking all the enemy until you kill them all, and then occupy afterwards. Doesn't want to move it. I'll just see if I can. No, don't want to go there. There we go. That should join that battle. See, I had to click over there. Okay, probably won't actually. Right, those guys are off. Where are you going? So what we need to do is consolidate our forces and then beat these Brazilians. In fact, the total numbers, we've got a naval battle going on down here. Oh shit, they've got an aircraft carrier. This might not go so well. No, we don't have any tornadoes deployed to the region. I've no idea where my tornadoes are. That's another thing I'd do in this game. You could search for units. See areas there. Jaguars. The GR1s, I don't think they're the ground, are they? What was the GR3s, or I get confused? Maybe GR1s are ground. There you go, Mark. Can you Google Tornado GR1s, 2s and 3s and find out which does? I don't think I've got any 2s, I think I've just got 1s and 3s. Find out which ones are the ground attack tornadoes. Could be the GR1s. 84 there. I don't know where the heck things are. In this battle here, I'm probably going to lose this. Attack submarine. See that I've got defeated here. Oh, Misiones, that's just my one troop, so okay, not worried about that. Worry about that. 4 attack submarines against 1, 16 frigates against 5. Oh, see, I need to get these guys out of here. My nuke subs. Can I do that in a battle? I don't think I can, because they're in a battle. I could retreat. See if that works. I need to get these guys out of here. Very expensive nuclear subs. Retreat. I clicked it. Right, I'm going to stop the game a sec here. That's a Vanguard. I'm gonna move these out of the way a bit because I don't want them killed. Kind of funny. I mean, they shouldn't be detected because they'd be so under the deep. But in this game, I think it's just a single unit. It can be engaged as a surface fleet by anybody. I think really. Oh shit. Or you protect them with a bigger fleet. Not sure which is right. Let's have a look. So what I think I might do. 8. Yeah, I'm going to merge. I'm going to merge this fleet with this one. Attack submarines. going to merge this one with this one. Also, Mark, when you're away, the F3, it's not an F3, you mean the GR3. It's the GR3 the fighter and the GR1 the ground attack. But the when I went to bombard, all your naval forces from around the globe came to attack that coastline. You couldn't, you know, so if you position people elsewhere, that, I mean, that's again another game mechanic that I don't like. The aircraft carrier 1, helicopters destroyer 4. I need to get them in this fight. Although I've done retreat, nothing seems to be happening. I'm just gonna merge them together for now. If these guys get out of this battle, I'll merge them with this force and make them. So that's something I'm starting to learn in this combat, is that splitting your forces isn't really the thing to do. Now these guys did move up there, but move and attack. Come on. See, that's not gone red. How does that? Basics like this, just trying to get your troops to go where you want them to go. Should go red. Sometimes it does it, even though they're not red. One of this areas has been protected by what? By Billy. Solo Billy. So I've lost that region. I've lost this region. But again, I can take these back. But you know, by the time they do that, I've just got to defeat Brazil, and then I've got to occupy all my territories again. And theirs. Otherwise you just keep losing territories. But we're off and running. We've taken Argentina, we've taken Bolivia. My new tornado is GR4 ground reconnaissance. Yeah, I don't think I've got GR4s in this game. I think the only not build. Look at my economy. So all I've got in this game, well, that I currently own, I don't think, is I've got Tornado F3s, and they're down as fighters. So yeah, the F3 is the fighter. And so I'm not sure whether they're down, and it doesn't tell you where they are. I think, you know, you should just have a bit like EVE Online, that whatever you click on, it just double click here, take it to the map, and that sort of thing. So what you want to do. So there. And then the attack aircraft are going to be the bombers. So in this game, it's the GR1s that are the bombers, yeah, ground attacks, and then GR3s. I don't think I've got 2s or 4s. Let me just see if it's just because I haven't built them. So got Tornado IDS, they're interdictions, so they might be of the 4s. I've got Harriers. Yeah, so I've only got GR1s and IDS interdictions for attack, and the fighters, whoops, I've just got Tornado ADVs. And they do advanced, I imagine, and F3s. Design, let's just have a look if there's anything other. Attack aircraft. No. Going to list the same aircraft. Choose from. They're not modelled. Fighter aircraft. Again, just the Eurofighter. So I own some. I've got some of everything that we can have. Losing money. I'm going to have to top my tourism back. Can't afford everything. I'm going to stop it here shortly. Just I want to get these forces merged together. The naval forces. A bit worried about losing these nuclear submarines based on their cost. Asked them to retreat. Gonna see what happens here. I'll see if these can join these battles so there's more chance we'll win them. Oh yeah, GR7's ground attack. Was that in the list in the game, GR7? But they have things like advanced, and they have other abbreviations in this game that... But actually that one did join that battle, so that's good. That's back up to my full strength. I think we'll win this because I've got good air defences. This artillery is crucial, to be honest. That's one thing I probably definitely need to build, is another 500 artillery. These are the small battles, not worried about those. What's happened here? Defeated. Yeah, that's a single. Lost control of a region. I've got these guys here. 1900. 2000. Quite a sizable force. So yeah, we won that battle. So we killed 37,000 Brazilian troops there with a loss of 10 aircraft. So yeah, they're the kind of battles I want. Now they're being engaged, you see. Whoa. Should have stopped that. Now I need to... No. And also when you move that, it'd be good if you could drag in, if you didn't have to if it worked in the first place. No. Every time I want to move it, the move thing gets in the way of where I want to click. Fine to your left, but not to your right, because this comes up. What's going on? That force. Thinking I probably should merge all these guys in the end. So we've got another battle going on over here. This is a big battle. I don't think I've got the upper edge particularly. They've got one more attack submarine than us, they've got more frigates than us. Both got one aircraft carrier each. 2 destroyers though. Right, these things I'm trying to merge together. Just pause it. Well, I know they won't move, but merge with. And I'm going to merge these guys. Merging seems to be a bit more accurate. No, I have got some Trafalgars in there. Don't know what happened to that other battle that I had. I still got my nuke subs. Or did I lose it? There's a battle down here that I asked to retreat. I lost them. Oh no, there they are. They're in this one. Okay, and then the other two. Other one, sorry, is over there. If I get these guys merged, I could maybe move them up, support that fleet. Yeah, being caught split, it just doesn't really give you any advantage. I keep saying in a minute I'll end the video. Trying to get these forces merged. And then it looks like the invasion of Argentina will turn into the conquest of the South Americas. And then maybe we'll just take all of Africa, you know, Japan, so that we can eventually take on the Chinese. The Russians. Guess they get taken out by someone else already. What am I trying to do? Don't know. Check these. I'm going to keep training these up, I think. Wait till they're finished building. It will cost me too much money otherwise. Right, these guys have merged. So, see, merge doesn't seem to work when there's a battle going on. Nowhere near it. Middle water. I didn't do middle water. It's flipping mouse. Move and attack. Still thinks that's water. Let's try and move it. Let's just do that, see if they attack me. What are we doing over here, guys? Still doesn't say I'm at war with Brazil, even though I'm fighting them because they attack me. Let's have a look how strong they're. Brazil only got 20,000 fight, you know, it's not going to be a problem. So it looks like Brazil will probably be next after Bolivia and Argentina then, because they already attacked us. Then we'll mop up the small countries. We'll leave Chile alone unless they mess with us. Yeah, well, it does, now that I've got forces down here, it does seem that today Brazil, I'll have to do most of the South Americas, consolidate that, and then hopefully people stop attacking me once I've taken those, unless Mexico and Cuba and stuff get involved. Don't want to get into a fight with the United States or damage my relations with them, because so this battle should be done soon. So the AI is a bit dumb in this game because, you know, you've got 10,000 troops that attack a single guy and the single guy can't retreat. I mean, any other game would just have that as an automatic defeat and retreat. It wouldn't even go into one guy here and 20,000 over here. But, you know, those are all the things that if, you know, I was redesigning the game myself, I would improve. But the basic concept's good. Right, this battle's pretty much done. Couple more hits, a few more shells for my arty. I was going to build arty, wasn't I? What I was going to do. Done. Single. Right, they're all going to go down. Still trying to merge these guys. Finally. Six helicopters, so but we got those coming into the fight. Right, what did I want to build? I don't know what swing fires are. I mean, obviously launchers. I did build those. I've got those built. Bloodhounds, rapiers. What I wanted to build was artillery guns. So probably 155s and 105s. So let's have 500. That's probably a bit much. I did 250. Of those. I'll do 50 of these. And 250 of these. There's 550 artillery in total there. Right, some people joined this battle, hasn't showed up there yet. Maybe they didn't join. No. Oh, it was this thing down here, wasn't it? Honestly, I need to help this battle out here. So merge. This doesn't work when there's a battle going on. So an even move and attack seems a bit. Don't know if that's going to join. I'm trying. if this joins this battle or not. Yes. Okay. Now we've bolstered this fleet. Should help that. Overwhelming. And we can actually merge it with these guys if we needed to. Another 2 aircraft carriers. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about the relationships here, you know, with America, because if I was to take any of these countries, there might be very good relations with America. So I think when thinking about invading, you need to really look at the political, because you don't want to be attacking countries that are best friends. Now, when I did this, I kind of didn't check that, but to be honest, if Bolivia and, you know, Paraguay and Uruguay wanted to get in a war with me over Argentina, I was like, yeah, well, fair enough, I'll take over the continent. But I think it's very different here, you know, if I was to go to Guatemala or Nicaragua. So what I'll need to do, I mean, if I can do it now, if you go to America and go to diplomatic relations, so not too good with Cuba, but they have pretty good relations. I mean, they have pretty good relations with the countries I've invaded. I go back to my own, but I mean that's why it's gone down. I mean, America was 93 or something, standing with me and doing what I'm doing. I mean, look, everybody hates me. Whole of Europe now. They really don't like this. So it is going to kick off. I need to probably keep building troops so I can just take on everybody, unless it all goes to nuclear war and Russia and China get involved. Canada still like me, but the United States is now a minus figure, so that's worrying. Now I can do some things to improve. I can go quick treaty. I can do a cultural exchange. If that happens, that goes active, and you'll start to see some of these numbers click up. I can do a noble cause. No, won't let me do that. Do a research partnership. I'm already in a treaty. So I'll have to pause the game and look at the political and sort of spend a bit of time trying to improve relations with the countries I don't want to piss off. And, you know, but if I'm attacking somebody and they hate me anyway, then that's not going to be a problem between me and them. But then they have relations, you know, each of these countries, if I click them, then have relations with, you know, other people. But we're pretty much universally hated now, just Canada, America, you know, even Australia absolutely can't stand us. The Aussies. Yeah, minus 99 Australia. Fuck it, man, they can't have much military. 40,000, I'll just take them over, man. I'll just, you know, we'll turn it into a prison again. We'll send all the Bolivians and Brazilians over to Argentina once we to Australia. Oh, this game can be fun sometimes. I really like where this game can go and that kind of stuff. So. Australia hate them, and I could take them over, and then I can just send all my prisoners back to Australia. So their forces are going down. Oh, yeah. Noble cause was refused. Partnership being refused. Was another single. So just like with Bolivia and that, I'm going to have to just take out Brazilians' navy and their forces, and then occupy their country. This is how we roll. Superpower 2. But, you know, I could get nuked, my forces could get nuked, we could get attacked by, well, pretty much anybody in the world, with the exception of maybe Canada, the United States right now. I think if you're trying to play this game properly, you would do some of this and then spend a lot of time and money building the relations back up. I mean, you know, or just playing it so much into military that even if you're taking on China or the United States, you've got let's have a look how many forces the United States have got, because it's probably, this game, it's probably not. They got 261,000 soldiers in the United States, which is, it says it's ranked number 3, but I've got 215, and I've got another 150,000 ready to build, so it's the nukes and things. So I've got 4,000 land. I mean, United States only got 1,550 land. Canada's not a problem. They're not that bad. China's got 800,000 men. Got a lot of land. Yeah, so I mean China, but that's because they've also got India and all these other places. But in this game right now, China, I didn't even look at Russia. 143,000. So yeah, I mean Russia and China, but China is the biggest military threat. China's massive compared to the States. Only their nuclear weapons here that are keeping them at and killing each other. Los Santa Cruz. There's another one man. Jai's probably already gone live in here where I'm playing SuperPower 2. I mean, if I am going to take on China or Russia, I'll need to really bolster my nuclear forces so that I can massively damage their military or whatever if they strike me. But the thing is, just like I can attack them, if they go, hey, attack the UK, attack its military, suddenly I've got hundreds of nuclear weapons coming to each of my forces. And one minute you've got an army, next minute you don't, so... Let these battles play out here. Nearly done. Oh, that's the wrong one. That one? Okay. Must have won that. Where's that other battle going? Got 3,000 men there. 3,000 there. A bit more hardware there, but nothing frightening over there. What's that? another 3,000 men. Battles. Yeah, they don't have many forces there. In fact, who is that? Bolivia flag. Maybe they built some more forces because some of their land's been freed up. And try and let these battles play out. And we'll save the game. And we'll continue with part 6 next time for the rest of the conquest of the South Americas. Their frigates are about to be liquidated. There goes that last frigate. That's from another region. It's just this aircraft carrier now. Should be able to. I think like little health bars and stuff would be good. Indication here as well. There we go. Aircraft carrier gone. So we took out 46 of their ships. Sorry, 43 of their ships. We lost 46 ourselves. Well, we certainly lost some frigates, destroyers. I think we lost a sub. Helicopters were a fair bit of that there. And again, it'd be good if they actually gave you a breakdown of that. It just says 40s, doesn't give you the breakdown of the forces. Yeah, well, that force was outmanned for part of that battle. Don't forget, it wasn't until I merged the other fleets. So I'm going to merge these guys now. Right, that's 69. I'm even tempted to merge these guys. They're just vulnerable on their own. I can always split them later if I need them to do specific tasks. And when you go to bombard coastlines, it splits and moves the aircraft carriers and destroys automatically. So there we go, we've got 94 ships in that fleet now. And those 4 vanguards. And that one over there is my entire nuclear force. But you can't hide these things. I think they can be engaged, so I think that's a bit of a shame. So I'm in two minds about whether to stick them out in the middle of the ocean and be left alone, or we'll just put them in the massive fleet so you got the most protection with them. Now, strangely enough, They're not attacking. As I said that, I've got a force just above my soldiers there, so and that one there. If I engage. Okay, we'll finish that sea battle, so I'm going to put a save in there. And we'll continue the UK's domination of the globe, or not. Its ultimate destruction. Next in part 5. Let's put a save in. Going to put this in as 6. It's got a message there. Lost control of a region. Yep. That's these ones up here. Deal with them in due course. Okay guys, thanks very much. That's Lone Gamer. Please leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe, like the channel. There'll be more SuperPower 2 coming up, and I also need to go back and do some Cold Waters, which I'll probably be doing over the weekend. Anyway guys, thanks for joining me. Don't forget, I'm also on Twitter, Lone Gamer UK on Twitter. All the links are in my videos, and I'm also on Twitch as Lone Gamer UK. So yeah, check those out, and I'll see you soon. Thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon. Bye.